What's up guys, Ryan here, and I am back with a video for an origami eagle. Now, who is it by? I want to say Nguyen or something, Nguyen, Nguyen Hong Kong? There's no way I pronounced that correctly, but regardless, this eagle is from the License to Fold book. This piece of paper is 59, I'm just going to say 60. I measured it, it's 59, but the packaging said 60. It's a 60 by 60 centimeter square. It is tissue foil from the Origami shop, which basically means it folds like commie paper, but it shapes like tinfoil. It's really awesome. Homemade tissue foil shapes better than this, but this folds so much better. Long story short, this paper is amazing. But let me show you guys the eagle first. Here it is. I normally have it when the video starts, but I forgot. It's been such a long time. I know I butchered the tail because I didn't really know what, I don't know. I'll fix it in this one. But this is the eagle. The main focal point of this, obviously, are the wings. The wings, just the detail, they look so good. But don't forget, like, the legs, the talons, the claws, rather, look really good as well. Then the mouth is pretty good. The eyes were kind of tough to make, but they look good if you don't focus on them. But yeah, all in all, this is a really complex model, obviously, because like the paper's so big and look how small it gets. Obviously, that's how origami works. But there are no steps that are like really, really tough. Kind of like the unicorn had a really tough step, the mammoth had a really tough step. There's no like super tough steps, but it's a very complex model. And we're going to be making it today. Let me just put this over here. One last thing. I'm changing the format of my videos. I'm always going to have a little speech in the beginning. That's never going to change. But from now on, for at least the complex stuff, I'm only going to show the steps that aren't ridiculously easy. For example, the pre-creases. They're self-explanatory. You do not need help, so I'm not going to waste my time showing them. I'm only going to show... Now, if a step is kind of tough, or I'm going to show every step that's not easy. That's the best way to put it. Every step that is not easy, which is a lot of them. But you'll see what I mean. And there's going to be a lot of cutting. Cutting from one step to the other. This is going to save a lot of time in the videos. And I will say the step. Normally, I never say the step I'm on, or sometimes I do. I'm going to say every single step I'm on, so you know how to follow along. Yeah, so let's get started. We're on the first hard step. Oh, one more thing. I have new lighting. I have really, really strong and nice LED desk lamps, basically. They're clip desk lamps and they move. One on each side of the... See? One on each side of the camera and my phone. And they are just amazing. They are amazing. It's so much better than what I had before. And I hope you guys notice. Well, I just told you, so of course you're going to notice. But without further ado, the first hard step of the eagle is... Now, it's actually during the pre-crease, but I'm showing it because there may be like a slight misconception. Step 16. Now, we're going to be in this orientation. I know you can't see everything, but hopefully this makes sense. And you have just made this fold. You've just made this diagonal crease. The next step is to find the intersection point of this crease and this crease, which is right here. and basically extend it all the way across. But in the diagram, it looks like this extension lines up with this crease in the diagram. Obviously, it doesn't in real life, because look, I'm zooming in. I mean, it's clear as day. This crease is right here. The other crease is right here. They don't line up. But it looks like it's supposed to line up. And I'm here to tell you, it's not supposed to line up. There's even a gap in the diagram between this crease and this crease for a reason. They're not supposed to line up. And when I first did this, I thought they were. And I kind of fudged it to line up. It was bad. It was bad. But they're not supposed to line up. So let me just show you making the other one. So here's the intersection point. This diagonal, and I believe, yeah, and this crease. So right here. So again, this crease, right, and this intersection point crease extended, which is going to be here, or I'm sorry, which is going to be here. Okay. Where's it going to be? Here. I was right the first time. Sorry. It's going to be here. They're not supposed to line up. So let's just make that. This paper is so big that it barely fits on my desk. I'm pretty sure this is the only pre-crease step I'm going to show, because all the rest are self-explanatory. But anyway, here it is. So you've got this crease and this crease. And this diamond thing. This crease does not line up with this crease. And this crease does not line up with this crease. This is step 16. Really important for you guys to realize that. Step 18, I was wrong. We're still on the pre-creases. This step is easy to understand, but kind of hard to do, I guess. You see I already made it on this side, and I actually messed it up. I was like a millimeter off. But the idea is to make a crease that intersects this intersection point. And I know it's hard to tell what I'm talking about, but it's in the diagram, it's obvious. And is parallel to this line. The hard part is how to fold this. How do you know it's going to be parallel? So I'm going to do it on this side. So basically, again, it goes through this intersection point, and is perpendicular. I said parallel, I meant perpendicular. Is perpendicular to this horizontal. So to do this, you're going to actually want to take this crease and mountain fold it. Sorry. There we go. Mountain fold it like this. All the way to the intersection point. And it's going to be kind of awkward, but you're going to have to do that. All the way to the intersection point. Alright, see how it's like that? Oh, excuse me. Anyway, the reason you do this... I'm sneezing. Alright. I'm allergic to origami. Now, the reason you do this is so you can line up... I'm completely off camera because I'm zoomed in. Holy crap. Okay, the reason you want to mountain fold to this point is so you can line up this point on this line, so it's perpendicular. So the crease you make is perpendicular. So let's take this and create a crease going through this intersection point that's perpendicular to this line. It's going to look something like this. I'm aware you can't see this, but I'm showing you the process. And before I fully crease it, I'm making sure that it is through the intersection point. And it is, fortunately. The first time I did this, it was not, because I messed it up. And I'm making sure that point that I showed you originally is on the line that we want to make, that we want this crease to be perpendicular to. So you see how this crease I just made goes through this point, and because I lined up this intersection point onto this line, I put this point onto this line. This crease is perpendicular to this crease. And I already did the same thing over here. So again, that step's, you know, it's easy to understand, but it's hard to like actually do it. But that's how you do it. And I just want to say, it's really, really important that you get these pre-creases accurately, that you fold them accurately, or crap, it won't line up. Crap won't line up. And that's not fun. My first, this eagle wasn't fun, because stuff didn't line up, and fortunately it worked out. Honestly, it could have been worse, but everything's lining up with this one, so I'm really happy about that. Really just be accurate, because mistakes will snowball. Step 40. So, we just made, on step 39, the pre-creases, right here and here. Now, we are going to use them. So there's 3 folds, basically, that you have to make on each flap. So 3 folds. One is behind, one is here, and the final is just, doesn't exist yet. So using the first 2 pre-creases, we're going to valley fold the back flap, mountain fold the top flap, right? So you get this, triangle. And if you flatten the triangle, the third crease, the third valley fold, will form on its own, like that. Just flatten this. All right. So I'll show you one more time. Valley fold the back one, mountain fold the front one, and ignore the third crease because there's no reference. And if you flatten this triangle, the third crease will form on its own. And that is step 40. So step 44. Now I actually already did it, but I was just making a video for this step, and then at the end of the video I realized a really easy way. So the reference is obvious, but how to use the reference isn't obvious. You actually can just fold this tip to this right here. So you're not going to have this crease. So there's 1, 2, 3. The third crease over. The third crease from the right. So 1, 2, this crease right here. Fold this tip to that crease. And that's the entire step. I wish the diagrams told you to do that instead of what it did tell you, but that's how you do step 44. All right, step 47, still on the pre-creases. Fun. So I have it on the white side up, but in the instructions, in the diagrams, it has the color side up. The reason I have the white side up is because it's asking for a mountain fold, but valley folds are obviously easier to do. So anyway, this step, it's just, I have to stress how important this is. It's really easy. The 2 references are in the diagrams. It's just this point and this point, and you fold it. Everything's dandy. Just pay very close attention to the little note it has. See right here? There should be a little corner, just like that. This crease should not go across that line. There should be a triangle, that intersection point. There should be like a triangle right there. So if you got that, you're on the right track. If you didn't get that, in all honesty, it's probably okay. But it's just a nice little reference to make sure you're pre-creases have all been made accurately, basically. Step 50, another pre-crease step, kind of pre-crease. Yeah, pre-crease. Again, easy to understand, but hard to execute. So, how to actually do this crease? The idea is to make an angle bisector from this crease and this crease, in between this crease and this crease, coming from this point to the edge. So to do that, you mountain fold this crease up to this point, this intersection point, and then you don't have to mountain fold it all the way, and then just carefully, I hope you guys can see this, just bring it down so that this mountain fold is right along this crease. So now, since this crease for me didn't intersect this intersection point perfectly, let's see that. See how it's not perfect? So this is going to be kind of awkward for me, but it's important. Just make sure the crease you're making comes from this intersection point. So again, just line that up. Like that. Crease it down and perfect. So most angle bisector folds, that's how you're going to do it. So that's the only one I'm going to explain. There probably isn't any more, to be honest, but just mountain fold, line up the mountain fold with the other crease you're making a bisector with, and just align them. And then you get your crease. So that was step 50. Step 55, not the pre-creases. Congratulations, you've made it past the most boring part. So obviously in the diagram there's only two, well, in real life there's 3 long vertical creases, and in the diagram there's only 2. So basically we only care about this one, sorry, my shadow, this one and this one. This third one from the inside, third one from the outside, first one from the inside, if that makes sense. This one, this one, ignore. Completely ignore, because the diagram's good. I might as well show the step, even though that's all I wanted to tell you guys. You literally just take this mountain fold, take this valley fold, and extend, and just fold them. Take your time with it, because obviously this corner part needs to be freshly creased, and then do that one. And voila, there's the step. Obviously do it on the other side. That was step 55. Hey guys, step 56, it's extremely easy, but it's important to realize that even though the diagrams say the crease goes to the corner, it shouldn't, okay? So if it doesn't hit the corner, that's okay. Just keep that in mind. I know it's not clear, but if you look at step 58, that mountain fold down the middle, that doesn't hit the corner, and that's the fold you're making at step 56. So it's okay if step 56, the valley fold diagonal to diagonal, it's okay if that does not hit the corner. Now for the collapse step, step 57, once you fold it in half, now we're going to collapse it, reorientate it a little bit. So this collapse is not really clear on, it's kind of confusing, but I believe we're going to want to do, we're going to want to do both sides independently. So let's do this side first. Basically, just do all the folds of the collapse, and it should fall together correctly if you did it. And if that doesn't work, just keep working with it. So right now I'm trying to get this center thing folded, but I'm going to work on the sides now. So fold this, fold this. Same thing on the other side. Valley fold, the mountain fold. Get this little flap thing. Oops. I know it appears to be falling apart, but it's not, I hope. Let's do this side. We got it's gonna be looking like this. I know I'm not saying much, but hopefully watching me do this will help you. There's not really much to say in regards to this collapse. I'm just working around the paper right now. Once you've made all of these creases, I've made my way around the paper all the way, and it's kind of falling together. If you pray to the paper gods that your model will collapse, they might just deliver. See, look. Did I do this right? Oh, I really hope I did. I forget. Oh god. Alright, this is the left side. So it's gonna look like this. And I'm pretty sure this is good. The paper gods have answered. I'm sorry, I'm really tired. I'll stop making that joke. But now I just have to orientate it. Oh my god, orient it. Orientate is not a word, kids. I have to orientate it how the diagrams have it. I think this is actually right. Like, this orientation is good. I'm looking at the diagrams. I'm not sure what the back looks like because it doesn't really show the back, but I'm going to assume it's like this. But the front is like this. This strip of white is correct. That should be here. Unfortunately, it's not the same size all the way across, and it actually goes to nothing over here. But I can kind of fix that. The reason it's thinner down here is because I tried to fix it, not knowing that me fixing it was actually messing it up. Anyway, it's step 56. I was trying to fix it, but don't. That is the collapse. You do the front and the back the same exact way, and it will turn into this, which looks just like the diagram, thank goodness. So yeah, that is step 58. Arguably the most important step, because without that step, you can't really... And if you do that step wrong, the rest of the model will be extremely messed up. Or at the very least, the diagrams won't make any sense. Alright. There it is. Quick for step 58. looking at the diagram on step 59, I've decided that the back looks like this. So all of this flappage all the way to the left, because of this small dark line at the bottom of the diagram in 59, it makes it clear that all this paper, all this should be together. So to make that happen, all of these flaps get folded to the left. So this is what the back looks like of step 58. This is what the front looks like. All right, step 60. Let's zoom in a little bit. Too much. Perfect. Step 60. We are going to be squashing this entire center area. All right, so we are using this center crease. We're going to valley fold that. And we're taking all this stuff, not the back stuff, but all this stuff. We're going to use, so again, valley fold this center crease. And yeah, squash, or not squash fold actually, but mountain fold. So open this up, open this center thing up like this. Mountain fold along here. Ignore this crease, mountain fold this crease. And don't like finish it yet, but at the same time, mountain fold the same crease area on the back. So you're gonna get this. I can only do this once, so pay attention. You're gonna get this, okay? Obviously, valley fold from here down and from here down. So using those, I guess 6 folds or 3 folds, we're going to just squash this whole center area down. Okay, just like this, and obviously neaten this up. It should be a horizontal crease. Take your time with this. For this one, you can reach your hand up inside, reach your finger up inside if you need to, which I just did. And there you go. The horizontal crease will go from this point to this point, obviously. And if you flatten the whole thing, you'll get this. Okay, so that is step 60. I'll show step 61 as well, because that is another not easy step. Not going to say hard step, because it's all relative, but it's not easy. That's what counts. So, basically the same idea. We are going to, but it's only this top flap. So we're only looking at this flap. Valley fold the center, okay? So we've got it here. Now mountain fold, or squash fold this whole thing, using this crease and this crease. So we're gonna mountain fold both of them, basically. Like that. Okay, so I just did the bottom. I'm working my way up to the top. And I'm just trying to see if there's any references, but I don't think there are. Basically, just this is a tough fold. I'm not even sure how to explain this. I'm not even sure how to do this. Let's see. Huh. That's confusing. It has like a little mountain fold. It's like thinner though, or the valley fold symbol, but it's thinner towards the center. Oh, that just means okay. Oh, okay. mountain fold here. Then let's just... Again, you'll see me try to figure it out. This is how I figure stuff out. If I don't know what to do, I just look at, there we go. I look at the diagrams and I try to understand what they want me to do. Anyway, so I figured it out. I haven't finished it yet, but that diagonal valley fold near A going to the upper left, make that crease. That's a very important crease. And now start from the bottom and do those 2 mountain folds all the way up. And this isn't going to automatically like want to squash. So you have to get your fingers in there and open it up. And if you do it correctly, it'll look something like this. And when you finally squash it, it's going to look like this. Now, this is a trouble area. I have to be really careful. I'm going to try to fix it right now. There we go. So the final result is going to be this edge going from the bottom left to the upper right, and this edge going from the top left to the bottom right. And it'll look exactly like this. I'm glad I was able to do that correctly on camera. Unfortunately, it took me a little while to figure it out, but hope you guys don't mind. Sorry, but that's how you do it. You're basically extending this mountain fold all the way up. This is not an easy fold. Honestly, if you don't get it the first time, I understand. It's not an easy fold. I butchered it on the first eagle. I know I did, but that's okay. I'm just going to keep going with these steps because they're all kind of tough. 62's not, but I might as well keep the flow going. So 62, we're going to take this flap, just like old times. We're going to take this flap and fold it to the right. Okay. And now another annoying, kind of hard step. We're going to take this flap, this entire flap, fold it over, and squash fold it along this crease. But before we do that, make sure to extend this crease all the way up, because it's not. On this side it is, but on this side it's not. So let's do that really quick. All right, there we go. So let's open it up and mountain fold both sides, like we have been. If you look at the result, step 64, the edge kind of thing is going from the bottom left to the upper right. So keep that in mind when you're doing this. This is kind of tough. I'm fairly sure we have to do all these steps again. Fun, fun. Right, am I doing this? It's it should just... Oh, wait. Oh, it's an open sink. Oh my god, I didn't read it. I'm sorry. Oh man, I really hope I cut that. But if I don't, I hope I didn't mess you up. This is an open sink. I am very sorry. It's an open sink. Oh my goodness. All right, so I mean, you all know how to open sink, but since it's an open sink as opposed to closed sink, this edge we sink it separately basically. So watch what I do. The bottom part's easy, but this part, just make sure you separate it. Make sure you separate it like this before sinking it, basically. We'll end up with this, and if you did it correctly, this part will be like loose. All right, so that's the open sink. Now step 64. We're going to take this top part and mount and fold the center. Okay, so bottom's easy, did the bottom. Now this upper part, what is E? Point E, where is that coming from? It is coming from, it looks like this point right here. So, yeah. So let's make those mountain folds before we start this. A mountain fold there, and a mountain fold there. So now let's do the fold. That was easy. This middle part. So if you can see this inside, it's like forming new creases. Basically, did I do this right? Wait a second. Gosh darn it. I don't know if I did this right. Hold on. Oh, man. Wait. Do I do this? Do I just completely... You know what? Okay. I don't think you're supposed... Yeah, don't... Here, let me put this back. Don't make the creases, because they'll make them... I'm pretty sure they'll make themselves. Yeah, they'll form by themselves. So, do not make them. Sorry. Yeah, see... Yeah, look. I hope you saw that. They'll make themselves. Just basically open this up and have this edge... extend the edge all the way to here, and those creases that I made in the beginning will, again, I said this, but I'll say it again, make themselves. This should be a straight edge. I know mine is not, if you can tell, but it's okay. Anyway, that was fun. Step 65, we're going to fold this flap over. Okay. Step 66. Fold this entire top flap over like this. And we have this flap, which we can, and now fold this flap over. Okay. Now repeat step 59 to 65 on this side. I'm not going to show it again because, did I say, I feel like I said 69, but 59 to 65. So, yeah, basically the same thing. Not basically, the same thing. Good luck. No, I'm kidding. I'll show it again. Why not? This time it'll be smoother too. So 59 is easy. I didn't actually show this one last time, but 59, all you do is, yeah, all you do is take this one, I believe. Yeah, because from this point it's 1, 2 over, so it's this fold. Ooh, this is kind of off. Let me fix this. There we go. So the top creases should match up with the ones behind it, obviously. Okay. So let's just fold this. So much paper sliding, I hate it. Fold this back and forth. Mainly, I mean, crease everything, I guess, but mainly crease the top part because the top part hasn't been creased yet. So now step 60, we're going to, actually, let's this flap, let's fold it over to the other side now, on the back. Anyway, actually, I should have done that before. So step 60, we are going to first take this flap and just fold it over like this, using this center crease. Now we're going to mountain fold here, this crease, the crease that we just folded, and mountain fold that on both sides while opening the center part up. Okay? And make sure the center part's mountain folded as well. Once that mountain fold's made, valley fold here. I mean, these creases they already exist, so it shouldn't be too hard. Now just press down at the top. Obviously, it's not very neat, so let's fix it. Like that. Perfect. Now when we recollapse it, it looks great. Look at that. And push it over to the left, not the right. In the diagrams, it'll be to the right, but everything's reversed, remember? Okay. So you've got this, right? Step 61. From the right, we're going to take the right side flap, not the left side. And, oh, but first, okay, this step's kind of, yeah. We're going to make that diagonal fold, right? Or that diagonal valley fold. So the idea is to put this corner in the center. And start the valley fold as far as you can go, basically, in that hole. So it'll look something, that valley fold will look something like this. Okay, anyway, that'll just help you with the diagonal part up top for step 61. So take this flap, valley fold down the center line, and mountain fold where it tells you to. Start from the bottom, work your way up. Now this is a tough step, but you should be able to get it. Let's try something first. Let's extend this mountain fold all the way up. So actually, let's just here. Let's extend the fold like that. So now when we do it, it should be a little easier. Start from the bottom. Okay. See, this part isn't opened up. Let's get in there and open it up. Push it out. It's close. It wants to. It wants to. It's a tough step. It genuinely is like not an easy step, but I got it. I got it. So see how this part's like opening up or like squashing kind of. Embrace it. Embrace the squash. Oh God. I'm sorry. I'm kind of tired. So this is perfect. This diagonal thing is forming. I'm just gonna pull it out a little bit. I wonder if that fold I had you do, that valley fold in the beginning, actually did anything at all. Oh, it did. It did. It actually did. All right. Am I wondering? See, look. Or what? You can't actually see. I mean, you can. It's in there. That this fold right here is the valley fold you made. Anyway, once you get this layer thing to like squash, like open up, and then you flatten it, it'll look like this. So that went quite smoothly for me. You just gotta work around a little bit, work the paper a little bit. But anyway, it'll look like this, okay? Now fold the flap to, the diagrams say right, but it's actually to the left. Fold this flap to the left. Alright, now open sync this flap right here, so along the crease I'm folding. Since it's an open, oh, well first make sure you extend this crease all the way up. That's actually important. I wish it was in the diagrams, but it's not. So now that that's extended, now we can do the open sync. Since it's an open sync, we have to open up this flap and sync it separately. You don't treat the flap like it doesn't exist. Flaps are people too. Okay, see, it's a little messy, so I'm just gonna get up in there and fix it. Perfect. Get that mountain fold going all the way across. Going all the way around, rather, the open sync. And when you flatten it, it'll look like this. It'll look like that. Okay, and now step 64. We are going to basically like open it up to the left. So this step, I kind of did something stupid last time, but I'll do it right this time. So basically, start the mountain fold and extend it to the top. Now pull it to the left. The diagrams say the right, but pull it to the left and open this part up, right? And by opening this part up and squashing the inside, it creates some nice folds. And when you flatten it, just be careful. Just make sure the inside squashes correctly. And by correctly, I mean that it looks like the diagrams, or looks like what I'm doing right here. And this step is deceptively easy. It looks really tough, and it looks confusing rather, but it's deceptively easy. Just, yeah. You pull that mountain fold, push it to the left, and squash it, and everything will just fall into place. I bet if it's not working for someone and I say it'll fall into place and it doesn't, That's probably really annoying, but I don't know what else to say because just make it look like the diagrams, basically, or what you see right here. Anyway, last step, just fold this flap to the left. And this flap to the left. This is interesting. Hold on. Okay, let me just make it look like the diagrams. Okay, it wanted me oh, to step 65. Oh. Oops. What did I do? No! Ah! This is so confusing. Alright, I'm gonna get, hold on. I'm getting this back. So I just did this stuff, right? Yes. Perfect. Okay. Close enough. Well, anyway. It's to step 65, not step 67. That is my bad. Step 69. So, we have it in this orientation. This is correct, believe it or not, sort of. There. Now it's correct. This is correct. Step 69, we're going to take this flap only. And open it up. Yeah, and open it up like this. So, yeah, like this. Yep. Yep. So you got, yeah. So you got this flap, and this flap along for the ride. And honestly, this is another collapse step, so 71 and 70 are different steps. So let's do 70 for obviously. Let's do 70 first. So just follow the creases. These are all pre-creases. They're all pre-creases. So we're gonna mount and fold this diamond thing first. It's like the main feature. I'm just refolding all these creases, and I'm confident it'll fall into place. Ooh. Be careful of this diamond part ripping. Mine did a little bit, but not fatally yet. I hope not. There we go. Oh, oh, it's fine. Just shoot. Once you fold that diamond thing, you gotta be really careful. Just saying. Alright, so I'm collapsing it. I was gonna say successfully, but there's been some slight rippage, but that's okay. That's okay. It's not gonna lay flat. Yeah, it's definitely not gonna lay flat yet. But, so, now that I've got this... Was I doing that off camera the whole time? Whatever. Now that I've got this thing pretty much collapsed, go to step 71 and finish the collapse. So, just gonna get a mountain fold here. These are my favorite. I love this part of origami. This is like easily the most fun because I'm not being sarcastic. You can, oh, it's just awesome. It's like all your hard work. Anyway, I'm collapsing these box pleats now. I presume that's what they're called. Okay, this side's pretty good. Let's work on this side now. So start with this base mountain fold. This mountain fold. Go. Just like that. Now let's see if we can do this all at the same time. There we go. Look at that. Now it said it's not going to lie flat, but hopefully it will soon. Yeah. Oh man, did I do this wrong? Interesting. Yeah, it is definitely not lying flat, but here, so that's the collapse. I guess we just keep it like this for now. Yes. Okay, so keep it like this. You'll get this shape. As long as you have these folded, it's not gonna lie flat, like not even close. So let's do step 72. Squash fold each side. Start to push on the top. So let's do that. Fold this in. And squash fold. God, this is really hard since it's not lying flat. What is the squash fold looking like? Oh, okay, yeah. Squash fold. Attempt to make it symmetrically. I'm trying, but I don't think... Oh, God. Oh, God. That's close enough. No, I'm doing this right. I'm making this nice. There we go. Let's make that squash fold pretty. Perfect. Okay, and same thing, so same thing to the other side. Fold this down. And, this is super awkward. It's not lying flat, but whatever. Now squash fold. And now the top. What are we doing with the top? Oh yeah. So if we start pushing that down like this, fold it down. Oh wait. What? What is it? What? It wants us to like squash fold the top. I'm gonna make sure I did everything else right. Yeah, I did. Everything else is right. So this top part is kind of being funky. I'm on step 73, I guess. So it doesn't want you to fold it down all the way. Just like this. So I'm gonna pull apart the top like this and start pressing it down like that. So you got that little gap. So that formed. I mean, I don't know. I guess it wants us to do this and now squash fold the entire thing. I guess you shouldn't make the crease yet. There, okay, that's looking good. That's looking pretty good. Look, I honestly don't know how to explain that. It's a lot. Oh gosh, but so you should have this flap should exist. You saw me do it on camera. It's just kind of confusing. But basically, like, open the top flap and start pushing it down, and hopefully the rest will flatten. Anyway, it should look like this though. Get that shape, this flap at the top. These two things should be covered. Step 74 is literally just a picture of it. Now to flatten it, we're going to mountain fold this center, valley fold here, here, and yay, it flattens. Okay, that wasn't that fun. It was fun. I'll answer for you. It was fun. Probably not fun for everyone, but it'll look like this. That was just 75. All right, and let me just try to make it look like the diagram now. I think if I just fold this over, it will. Oh, and this over. All right, and there we go. It looks like the diagram. So Oh, it doesn't. There. There. Okay, now it looks like the diagram. Okay. Diagram. This is... There we go. It's kind of important to keep it in the right... Keep the flaps in the right places, just so it's easier to follow along. But so there it is. I don't really know what step this segment started on, but it's ending on step 75. So that was this flap. Good job if you made it this far. All right, guys. Step 78. Step 78 to, let's say, step 80. First things first, we're going to lift this whole thing up. So make sure we're getting all this stuff. The first main fold is this horizontal valley fold. So let's do that. This is the base of this entire step. These entire next couple steps. Okay, so once that's folded, you have a mountain fold here. So mountain fold that, and a mountain fold here. Let's do this side first. So it just wants us to, you can't tell now, but I already know. Just do this. Okay. So the right side is going to look like that. Then the left side, push this in a little bit, and now it'll look just like the diagram. This is what the diagram looks like. And so let's finish this. So still step 78, I guess. We're going to, now the diagram's kind of small, but we're going to be looking at this right here that connects to this inner corner thing. Valley fold that, and then mountain fold the one right next to it, and you're going to have to pop this out like that. And it'll turn into this. Okay. Step 79, now all you have to do is valley fold this center thing and also continue it onto this bottom part. Okay, and now it should lay flat. Finally, take this flap and fold it over, starting from the top, and to do the bottom part, we're going to have to open this part up and flatten like that. Alright, so that's how you do 78 to 80. It'll look just like this. Not too bad. Now we're on step 82. So, obviously 82 to about 80. Wow, yeah, there's, I don't know, a long series of kind of tough steps, so let's do it. 82 is obviously the easiest, just folds where it says, but you're presented with this mess. So get it to here, fold it over so you got this little part that's opened up. And what it wants you to do is pull out this center point. Just pull it out. So I'm going to push it out, but basically the same idea. Guess I'm going to try to. Holy crap. There we go. Alright, so there we go. Now, if you do it correctly, which I think I did, you'll get a sort of pyramid type thing. it'll look like this. You'll get, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. You'll get like a pyramid. And the bottom, the inside looks like this. The inside of the pyramid type thing. So once you get this pyramid, we can easily just flatten it by pinching this, folding it over, and folding it up. But it looks like I didn't do it perfectly because it doesn't look like the diagram. So I'm going to try to make it look like the diagram. 1 second. There we go. Alright, now it looks like the diagram, so that's good. So, yeah, the diagram, it's not very clear, like, so you got the pyramid. I guess there's another pyramid under it. It's hard to tell, but that's what I did. So now when you collapse the right side and fold it up, it'll look like the diagram. Yep. This is decent, I guess. Like, honestly, it's hard to tell, but whatever. Now 85, we're going to unsync. G. Wait, what? Unsync G. Unsync. Wait a second. Okay. Well, let's figure this out. So I'm going to put it back to how it was. At least I'm going to try to. This is the pyramid. Then when I fold it over, I don't know. There's like so many ways you could do this, and I know there's a right way, but my problem is the unsync arrow is pointing up, but the only thing I can unsync is I point it down. Alright, well, 1 sec. Alright guys, so once you get to this part, I'm fairly sure I figured it out. I didn't do it yet, but you get to this part, the pyramid's on the bottom. Just keep this flap here, push this in. Now you're here, and this looks identical to the diagrams. Now the tough part is to unsync this part. But what you have to do is open it up and just push out that inside point. It's going to be tough, but once you get it, there we go. Perfect. Let's not lose this thing. There. Okay. So once you get it, it'll look like this. So I basically just pulled this point out from the middle. This flap is still here to make it look like the diagrams. So now it wants us to fold these points down and do something with this flap. It's hard to tell, so I'm just going to fold it up, I guess. Or fold it back. Now, fold this flap over to the left and squash fold this triangle. All right, and now fold it back. Fold that flap back. Now it wants us to open sync this top flap. So let's make a pre-crease first. All right, and now we're gonna open sync it. Pretty easy stuff. If I was using homemade tissue foil, yeah, this would be a very hard step, I have to admit. But with this paper, it's just so easy. All right. I don't know what's going on there. All right, so that open sync's made. Okay, now it wants us to, so we're gonna fold this over, fold this top flap over, and along this crease, I believe, yeah, we're going to squash it. So let's do that. This could be a tough fold based on how you did previously, but there we go. Perfect, look at that. Beautiful. This top part is angled, but the bottom part should be horizontal. It's, oh crap. I can save it. I can save it. Yes, there we go. All right, perfect. Look at that. All right. Beautiful. So once you're done squashing that, fold this flap over. What does it want us to do? I guess fold it. Yeah, okay, fold this flap over, and then fold another flap over. And then you'll get this, which we also need to squash carefully. There we go. Now fold 2 layers to the left, so 1, 2. Okay. Fold this up. Fold this whole thing up. And now we'll see, now we'll find out if we did this pyramid part right. Okay, so we're on step 94. Yeah, see, it already looks different. Let me try to make it. There we go. All right, now it looks the same. So, honestly, with these steps, just make sure it looks like the diagram. So it wants us to fold this up and squash this part. Okay. but it still looks... Okay, I mean, if I do this, there. So now it looks like the diagram. Like, basically just just fold it so it looks like the diagram for this part specifically. It wants us to open sync this flap. That makes sense. So right now I'm pre-creasing. Open sync it. Very easy. All right, once the open sync is done, we are going to fold this flap over. This is kind of awkward, but yeah, fold this flap over, and so it's not going to lie flat, but that's okay. Open this top part up, and squash it using these horizontal lines. So it'll look something like this. Start from the top because the bottom is a little funky. Funky fresh. All right. It'll look. Yeah, this line is fine. That should be there. It'll look like this. It'll look exactly like this. This part, it like goes up into this part. And now we can just easily fold this over like that. Look at that, beautiful. All right. Now what does it want us to do? It looks like it wants us to pull this out and fold this down. Yeah, like this. So again, it looks like the diagrams, so that's good. Fold it over. Now we're going to fold it up. Squash there. Looks like the diagram, so we can continue. Now we're going to do a similar thing like before. We're going to open sync this. So right now I'm making a pre-crease. This is step 101. Open sync. Okay, so now the open sync is done. We can fold this entire layer over, and it looks like it wants us to squash fold it. So using the horizontal, using these creases, mount and fold both of them, starting from the bottom, working your way up to the top. I'm going to open this part up, because right now it's like together. And squash folding it. Alright, so you see how it's getting a little diagonal and it shouldn't be. I'm going to try to fix that. It's like I got to get in there. Come on. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So now that squash is done, I'm just going to neaten this part up a little bit. We can fold this over to the right. And now step 104. All right, so these couple of steps are tough, I admit they are. So just be careful. This is step 104. We're going to fold this down and pull this little flap out, okay? Okay. So we're like this, it looks just like the diagram. Let's keep going. Now it wants us to basically kind of like a rabbit ear fold. So we've got a crease like this, and then ignoring this flap, we can make a pre-crease like this. So now that we have those two diagonal folds, and we can kind of fold it over like this, right? Do a little rabbit ear fold like this, and it looks like this. So it's like half of a bird base, kind of. Okay, so now fold this flap over. So it wants us to pull some paper out from the inside. So let's do that. This part is pretty easy, dare I say, but the next couple parts are not. So if we pull some paper out, well, hold on. What the heck? I'm just trying to get it back to how I had it before. Oh my god. Alright, there we go. What the heck? I try to pull some paper out and it just explodes. Is this even right? What? Okay. One second. Holy crap, What the heck happened? Okay, holy crap, that was way too hard. Alright, so I'm back to step 106, or 105. Let's try this again. Just, Jesus. Alright. So that rabbit ear fold. Alright, so we're here. Hold this over. Alright, now let's try to pull some paper out without having it explode. So it's gonna look like this. Just, yeah, take this step slow. Be careful. Be careful it doesn't unfold itself, but it'll look like this. So now both sides look the same, kind of. Alright. So now we can fold this top thing down. Now this is the really tough step. You're going to have this little pocket, and it asks you to pull out paper from the inside. And it seems impossible, but let me just zoom in. This step was frustrating. But it wants you to pull this paper out so it's symmetrical. Kind of like last step, but it's a lot harder. So what you have to do is just take this flap, if this is on the inside, take this flap and just pull. Just pull that corner out. Be really careful, you don't want it to rip, but this is like the only way I could do it. So just pull this corner really, really carefully, and you'll see it's coming out. You'll see it's kind of coming out like that. Got to keep going. There we go. Work. No, I'm kidding. And just look at that. Perfect. Look at that. First try. Not even close. So easy. All right. And just like that, off the camera, of course. Just like that, that's how you do it. And if you didn't know to just forcefully pull at that corner, yeah, this stuff was stupid. The first time I did this eagle, it was not easy. Anyway, let's fold this flap back up. Now, inside reverse fold this little guy. And by the way, this is the talon. This is the foot of the eagle. Now fold... I guess it wants us to fold this entire thing down. And over. Huh, hold on. Because now it doesn't look like the diagram if I fold it over like that. That's what it's asking. Oh, okay. Yep, no, that's good. So fold it over. I was accidentally taking too many flaps. You only fold one flap over. This is step 114. So now it looks like the diagram. If you have it like, now it looks like the diagram. Fold this up. Yeah, fold this whole thing up. And just like the diagram, perfect. That was step, now we're on step 117. Let's do some open sinking. I know this is my favorite part, and I'm not being sarcastic, I really like this part. So we're gonna open sink, ooh, let's zoom out, holy crap. We're gonna open sink this whole flap. So let's start with the outside. Mount and fold along here. Mount and fold along here. Mount and fold this top part. Now we're gonna valley fold the next crease over, all the way around. And finally, mount and fold the center thing. Alright, and there is your open sink. Cool. Easy peasy. Now let's fold this whole thing down. Step 118. Flip it over. And repeat step 77 to 118 right here. Good luck. I believe in you. So guys, after doing 77 to 118 to the opposite side, it's going to look like this. Okay? So notice here, notice how this looks, this part. Same for this side. I think I might have done it wrong, but I fixed it, obviously. So get it into this orientation, into this flap, like order, I guess. Or I guess like this, according to the diagrams. So we're on step 121. All right. We are going to... we're going to fold all this stuff over. This is an easy step, but the next step is hard, so that's why I'm showing it. Fold everything over, all of it. It's going to get a little thick, but that's okay. Now we're going to do a closed sink, not an open sink, a closed sink on this flap, on this top flap, using the center crease line that already exists. It does not exist on this side though, so let's fold it really quick. Or extend it, rather. All right, so now that that crease is extended, let's do the close sync. Close sync means, obviously you probably, not obviously, but you probably already know it, but close sync means you pretend like this flap doesn't exist. So you just sync it how it is. You keep the flaps together, basically, and sync it like that. So start from the bottom, always start from the simpler side. And so see how I don't open it up? I just pretend like the flap doesn't exist. And sync that little puppy like that. All right, awesome. Cool, so that's easy, but let's keep going. Because step 120, we're on step 123 now. It wants us to fold this all the way over and make the same close sync here. Now this is the easy, but the hard step that I want to show is so I guess I'll show this. Half of 124 is we're going to crimp the right side using this crease and this crease. So what that's going to look like is this. You're going to mountain fold the first one and valley fold the second, all the way around. So let's start with the mountain fold on this crimp. And then the valley fold right here. Make sure this bottom part's neat. Make sure your stuff doesn't unfold itself like mine is, of course. All right, cool. So it'll look like this. So that's how you do that crimp. Okay, so that was half of that was the right half of step 124. Step 125, first off though, you should have it in this, it should look like this, and it should be in this orientation. We're going to take this very top flap, fold it to the left, and that's going to cause this top part to stand up, and let me zoom in. Just squash the top part. So what I do, I put a finger on each side and gently just push the top down. It's really important that both sides get creased like the same amount. So this horizontal crease is indeed horizontal as opposed to angled. Mine's slightly angled, but it's fine. All right, now this step's kind of tough. The next step is going to be, not really. We're pulling this point that's under this flap. We're pulling it out. So just. No, well, I guess it is a tough step. I just completely ripped it, but it's fine. It's fine. It's not fine. I'm just kidding. It is fine, but it's just annoying as heck. Ideally, it shouldn't rip, but regardless, it's going to look the same either way. It's going to look like this. Sorry for doing that out of camera, but it's going to look like this. And yeah, so that's step 126. I'm going to show these next steps, not because they're hard per se, but just for the sake of clarity. Just so you can like compare your model to mine, because these steps are kind of important. So 127, we're going to fold this entire thing, this entire half up, okay? And it's gonna look like this. It's gonna look exactly like this. And now we are going to make a diagonal valley fold from this very center point to about here. I think we fold the whole thing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we do. It's obviously not going to sit flat yet, but... So, to make this fold, by the way, just line up this center thing with this bottom. So you just line it up. Crease this as hard as possible. It's kind of hard to do that. But it's, this is very thick right here. Alright, I creased it as well as I could. Next step, that's step 129. It looks like we're just folding this up. We're just folding this up, and a crease is gonna make itself. Yeah, right there. Just fold this up, make sure the center stays on the center line. Okay. And now we're gonna work with this side, this wing. I'm just looking at the diagram right now. So, yeah. I'm just, oh man, I'm not sure what it wants us to do with this part right here, but I think it wants us to reverse fold it, if I'm not mistaken. I hope I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure it just wants us to do this with this center part. One second. I said I'd do this. I think someone messaged me on Facebook. Ooh. Alright, Sarjeet Singh. I can't pronounce your name, I'm sorry. But you asked, 16 hours ago, you asked for the eagle tutorial. I responded and you said, you have already started it, and with the pre-creasing, you folded the wizard, but it was an epic fail. Can't wait for your tutorial. Let us know if it's already out. Thanks, man. Well, I'm making it right now, so I was not kidding. That is the second time I've ever done that. I remember the first time very well. And I said I'd do it more if people messaged me while I was recording, and lo and behold, someone did. Anyway, I'm pretty sure this is what you're supposed to do. Now let's work with the rest of this. We're gonna finish the valley fold here, and now just mess with this area to make it lie flat. But what? I think. Yeah. So fold along this valley fold, right? And when you do that, to make it lie flat over here, like to the right, you're going to have to create another fold, and it should create itself. It will create itself. If I can get a good view on this. This is the fold we're making. And if you just lie it flat, it'll make itself like that. See? So now it's there. This was the really thick fold that was hard to crease, but hopefully creased that pretty well. Okay. Awesome. So that worked out well. Now, fold, yeah. Ooh. Okay, this part's a little off. So let's fix it. This edge should be down the center. So that's an easy fix. Mine was just a little off. Just a little bit. Sorry if I mocked anyone's accent. Not sorry. There we go. So now when we do step 131, I'm gonna sneeze. Nope, I'm good. Now when we do step 131, where we fold this down, basically as far as it can go. Make sure the point sticks to the center. And this edge should be around this point, these edges, and this edge should be around these edges. But if it's not, like, it looks like mine's slightly above, but that's okay. Just creasing this. This is hard to crease. Paper's so thick. There we go. I've been spoiled with the tissue foil that's homemade. The one thing the homemade tissue foil is good for, aside from sculpting, is it packs really well. It layers really, really well. But this is good enough. Okay, but anyway, we're on step 132 now. We're going to pull this paper out so it's basically symmetrical. So let's do that. I don't know if I can get my finger in there. Oh, yeah, you can. Pretty easily, actually. So let's make both sides of this thing symmetrical. Without, oh crap. There we go. Jesus. Without unfolding the entire thing is what I was saying. There we go. So now it's symmetrical, obviously. You know what symmetrical means. A little bit ripped, but it's fine. It's fine. Oh, wait. Oh, there we go. I was gonna say, why isn't it flat? Alright. Okay, looking good, looking spiffy. So that was 132. Now on the 133, we're just going to do some closed sinks on these two things that are sticking up in the wings. Okay, so yeah, because it's a closed sink, see how there's a flap here? We're pretending it doesn't exist. So this is going to lock it in place, basically. But first, before we do the closed sink, I'm going to... Do I need to? Yeah. Make sure you pre-crease this area right here, this area. Everything else doesn't need a pre-crease because the crease is already there, but that one flap needs a pre-crease. So now let's do the closed sink. I'm going to start up here. Yeah, I'm going to start up here first. So this flap, we pretend it's not here. So I'm going to push it against the main thing and just push in. Okay. And smooth it out a little bit, but I hope you can see that. Now I'm going to work my way down to the bottom. Valley fold the middle, and it's going to be perfect. Look at that. So that is the closed sink. It's looking like this. Okay. And obviously do it again on the left side. So I guess I'll show it. It's not a big deal. So again, push this flap against the main thing, and then just sink it as if it's not, as if it's a part of the main flap, as opposed to its own thing. I didn't make a pre-crease that time, but I guess we don't really need to. But it's just good practice doing this. Okay. All right, cool. So that was 133. 134, what's going on here? It looks like, first we gotta flip it over. So, oh man, what the heck happened? Oh, that's fine. It looks like, is this thing in the wrong place for me? Yeah, here. Wait, I don't know what's going on. Whatever. Oh, this is fine. Oh, duh, it looks just like the picture. Okay, so, oh, just literally, just reverse fold this corner, I guess. So, I'm gonna do this. It's not entirely clear how far you fold it, but that's what I'm gonna do. And same thing to over here. Now this one is covered, but you can still get to it if you uncover it. Go figure. There we go. So it's gonna look like this. That was 134. Now step 135. Make sure it's on this orientation. It's this flap order as well. And it looks like it wants us to fold it to here. Wait. Oh, no. Fold it to here. Fold it to this. Fold it to the tail flap. Fold it to here. Fold it over to here is what I meant. So now we're here. Oh, and then squash all of this stuff. Squash the middle. So let's do this carefully. I'm not entirely sure what this is gonna look like, or if I'm even doing it right, but I'm pretty sure I'm doing it right, but I'm not sure what it's gonna look like. Sorry. Ah, okay. So you see how I pulled that out a little bit? You are supposed to do that, I hope. Sorry for not being very confident, it's just this is kind of another confusing step. It's just we got these little flap things and those aren't in the diagram, so okay, I guess they're supposed to be folded down. Alright, well, I folded these little flap things down to make it look like the diagram, and now when I flatten it, it does look like the diagram. Yay! Alright, so there we go. Alright, that was kind of a funky step, but we got through it together. Hopefully. Okay, so now we're going to, ooh, baby, oh man. Ooh, baby, we're gonna fold down this entire thing to, well, basically as far as you can fold it down, right? So, which happens to be along, let me zoom in a little bit. Which happens to be along this top crease point thing. So once we fold that down, kind of just unfold the inside of this like that. And the inside should collapse. The inside should collapse semi-nicely. It shouldn't be, yeah. Just create some folds. But make sure it's neat. Like this is relatively neat. I can imagine it could be worse. Alright, but anyway, once that's done, just fold it back up. So all your hard work for nothing. I'm kidding. Alright, nice, looking good. All right, 138. We are going to crimp it. And the mountain fold is going to be here. And the valley fold is going to be, I guess, a little higher. I'm not entirely sure if there's a reference point. So that's great. Oh, maybe, you know what? Wait. No, that's still unclear. I just make it look like the diagram, guys. That's all I can say. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go down to about here. Maybe, yeah, to about there. Because that looks like the diagram. Okay, cool. Now I'm gonna crease it as well as I can without ripping it. Crap. Okay, well, I tried. All right. Now we're flipping it over. So this is now, we're on step 140 now. Oh, and I guess this, oh, this should be down. Oops, well, whatever. Doesn't really matter. It wants us to close sync. What the heck? So this is step 140. It wants us to make a close sync along this line right here that I just folded. A close sync around this line, and then pull it back up. I assume, yes. So wherever you made your last point end, this is where this point's gonna go. So let's make a pre-crease for the close sync. I'm gonna match up the points there. Okay. So now, but instead of crimping it, instead of keeping it crimped, we're gonna make a close sync. Oh, a close sync only. I'm pretty sure we're only close syncing this part. So these two flaps we're close syncing, but the rest I'm pretty sure it's an open sync. Yeah, oh, it says, wow. All right, sorry. It says open sync, but these two corners are close synced. Okay. Learn to freaking read. An idiot. All right, so let's do this. This is not an easy fold by any means. I can't really get my finger in there, so we're gonna have to do it the hard way. Just spread, well, I mean, you do this either way, but let's just spread it out. Keeping we're not spreading these points out though. This rip is killing me, but I'm just gonna pretend it's not there. So right now I'm just spreading it out. You see what I'm doing? I would watch me do the whole thing before you do this. Now I'm slowly making the bottom mountain folds. I'm making all of the bottom folds a mountain fold. Oh my god. Alright, there. Alright, and then the final one right there. Come on. There we go. Alright, now, whew, that's the first step. Now we just have to just push the point back up, basically, with the, making the top fold that we made of the crimp valley fold all the way around. This seems like the tough part. This step is made very difficult since I can't really get my finger up inside it and push the paper like that. Or maybe you can and I just didn't try hard enough, but I don't know. But really just take your time with this. You'll most likely get it eventually. I know that's exactly what you guys want to hear. There we go. But strategic pulls on the paper will eventually get you something that looks like this. Oh, okay. I spoke way too soon. God darn it. So the point was supposed to be at the, there it is. All right, all right. I was gonna say the point's supposed to be at the same height as the one we did earlier. And it is, finally, after some more ripping of the paper, which is hard to avoid at this point. But anyway, here it is. Oh, that sucks. I need to tape that. You won't be able to see it, so. But it's getting pretty bad. So there's a rip forming. You see right there. Honestly, I should have taped it sooner, but there we go. Good as new, said no one ever. And you can see the tape. God damn it. There, all right, that's actually pretty good. Okay, so that's the open sink. I mean, honestly, that's probably the hardest step of the entire thing, aside from the collapse, but the collapse wasn't even that hard. This open sink is just, like, physically a hard step to do, and I hate it so much, but whatever. You have to do it, because if you don't, the bird's mouth is going to be all stupid, and the eyes won't work out either. So you pretty much have to do that open sink. But we got it. So if you finish that open sink, good job. I am impressed. If you weren't able to, it's okay. It's okay. Just keep working. This is the head of the bird. It's not that big of a deal. The wings are what the main focal point is. So let's keep going. All right, guys, now we are on to the wings. And in the instructions, it literally says wings. So that's awesome. I'm only gonna do this once, so obviously you have to do the wings on both sides, but I'll show it to you this time. I'll show you the left side. So it only shows like this diamond and then the wings. It doesn't, in the diagrams, it doesn't show the rest of the model because it's not really needed. But anyway, let's do it. So first off, we're gonna fold this up. Okay. And now, let's make a pre-crease sort of. Take this point and fold it to this center line. Okay. Crease that down. Fold this really well. Because now with this folded down like that, we're going to take this top flap and, I mean, I guess here, unfold it. Now take this top flap and fold it along the crease we just, like, not fold, don't do this, but fold it using the crease we just made. That's a better word. So, like this. It's not gonna lie flat for a while, guys, so it's gonna be okay though. All right. So that was step 143. Now 144, we are going to fold this entire thing down using this crease. And we're gonna push this point in on both sides. going to look, should look like this. All right. Now we are going to. Oh wait, what's 145? I'm not entirely sure what 145 is asking. Oh, that was what I just did without even knowing. So 145 is pushing the points in. So after we do that, 146. We're separating this with the first with the rest of the layers. So we get this. Okay, so once they're separated, this step's kind of confusing, but not really once you know what they want you to do. So basically, the main valley fold is coming from this point. And then, so let's fold that. Not very hard because it might change. And then there's going to be a mountain fold. There's going to be a mountain fold to the left of it. That's kind of far away. And the idea with this is to make it look exactly like the diagram. And here it's very important to do that because this step is kind of confusing. Unfold this. So this area, once you have this mountain fold, this area is gonna like basically collapse like that. It's gonna collapse like that. And now I just want to make it look like the diagrams. So this point here, this point, if you can see that, should end up around this area. And right now it's not. It's too low. So to fix that, I'm gonna adjust it a little bit. I'm going to adjust this mountain fold. Okay, so now it's in the right place, but it's too far to the right. So let's try just moving, let's just move the entire thing over a little bit. So all the creases that we just made, move them over a little bit. And it should, look at that. All right. So yeah, this step is a lot of trial and error. But the key is to make these creases in the right place so this corner ends up where it does in the diagram. And there's this slight lack of overlap, I guess you could say. I'm just neatening it up. So this is what that looks like. Finished. This is what the inside looks like. So like you wanted to get it to like this. This crease is really important. Start with this crease and then just fold it over, and it's tough because this fold has like very, very little references, but that's what it should look like. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, okay. So I'm looking ahead. It really, if the point overlaps it a little, that's not a problem at all whatsoever, because in a later step, we're just going to inside reverse fold this corner. I said point, but it's a corner. I guess it's a point too. It doesn't matter, semantics. So now we're going to be working on the individual, like, feathers, I guess you could say. Alright. So let's fold this up. Okay. So we have this. Now, I'm going to take this first. I'm going to take this first layer and fold it up against this corner, this edge, this diagonal edge, just the first layer. Fold it all the way, just like that. Crease this very well. Crease. Don't like take your time in this. Don't rush, or the wings won't, the feathers won't turn out well. Okay, so now that it's like this. Right up against, so this layer is right up against the rectangle behind it. We can offset it very slightly. So to offset it, we're literally just gonna like refold it. So let's look. It's easier to look at it from this angle, from the back side. So to offset it, we literally, again, I just said this, but we literally just refold it like this. And you do not want to do it too much. Even though the diagram makes it look like you do it halfway, like you do it, but you just do it a little bit. So do it based on looks. You want it to look like this. So let me just. So once you offset it, you take that offset and fold it all the way down to this corner, and it'll adjust itself. So you see, it's kind of hard to see, but this crease that I just made, or the old crease, you can see it goes all the way down, and the new crease causes the wing to look like this. And the reason I'm doing such a small, like, what's the word? Not overlap. Whatever. Such a small, like, distance is because if you did it bigger, you'd run out of space. You'd run out of space to make the wing. So let's keep going. So take, again, I'm just gonna show you every single one. Take this flap, fold it against this corner, fold it against this diagonal edge. And while you're doing this, be very careful not to mess up the ones you've already done. That is important. Okay, then I'm going to crease it down. All right, now I'm going to offset it. Oh, the offset, that was the word I was looking for, Jesus. Right, just like that. Maybe a little more. You don't want to do it too much. Yeah, I might be doing it. I'm doing it a little. All right, you should do it a little more than I've been doing it. Just a little, though. Hopefully I don't regret fixing this. Watch me actually I watch it, like, with my luck, I was doing it a perfect distance, but then me making it a little bit farther apart messes everything up. But I'm fairly confident that that this right here is a good distance for the feathers. So once we choose our distance, which is this, the offset, we extend it down to the rest of the feather, like that. And make sure to periodically crease this part too, because it could get a little curvy if you do it, if you're not careful. Okay, so, wow. We're gonna keep doing that 5 more times. So, 4 more times for me, because I already did it twice. So, 6 times in total is what I'm trying to say. And I'll keep showing you, because you can always just fast forward. I'm not gonna explain it though, but I'll show you what I'm doing. Offset. As you go, make the offsets slightly smaller and smaller. Because if you make them the same size, I guarantee you're going to run out of room. So now I'm going to start making it smaller, similar to how I originally started, but decided it wasn't enough. Now I'm just extending it down like that. That's perfect. This is turning out really well. If I do say so myself. Yeah, I should probably be hard creasing it after I make the adjustment, after I make the offset, not before I make the offset. Anyway, so I just did 1, 2, 3. I need to do 3 more. Looks like this so far. But again, just take your time on this step, because if one of them, let's say, accidentally gets unfolded and you don't notice, it could mess you up. There's a lot of things you can mess up with this. But yeah, pretty much after every single time you do a feather, like, refold this area. It gets messed up quick. Alright, so that's 4, I gotta do 2 more. One more now. You see how, like, this edge is getting more and more angled? That's supposed to happen. I hope. No, I'm kidding. It is supposed to happen. Alright, one more, and it's getting harder and harder to do this step, by the way. Or at least more awkward. I'm gonna really quick though, just hard crease these wings. Before going on, because I don't want them to unfold and then me not know where they should go. There we go. All right. That's a lot better. But anyway, for the last one, let's do it. I'm gonna make it even less angle, even less offset. I keep forgetting the word offset. I don't know why. Whatever. But it's all right. It's looking good. Looking good. Crease this up. Alright. So, just did 6, which is how many you're supposed to do before a new like type of thing is going on. Oh, never mind. You still do the same thing. Oh, wait. Yeah. But you still, like, so right now, we're on step 152 now. So it wants us to basically just, it looks like it just wants us to fold this entire flap up. So that's what I'm gonna do. So this is kind of like the beginning of 150. Hey guys, so just a clarification. As I was doing this right side, the last 5 points of the wing, I realized, like, an easy way to explain it. I know when I was doing this side, which is done, I didn't explain it very well. So basically just take the flap and inside reverse fold as far up as possible. First off, inside reverse fold right up against the last one and as far up as possible. So once the inside reverse fold's done, all you do is basically move this crease so that this is offset from this. So right now they're not offset, but if we readjust this crease like that, now they are offset. It's that easy. So that's how you do this step. That's how I do this step. I know in the diagrams it's different. I don't know how to follow the diagrams, but I made it look like the diagrams, and that's all that matters. So I'll do it one more time. I'm going to put this clip, I'm going to stick it in the middle of when I was attempting to teach you guys how to do this. Or maybe I'll just replace it, but I don't think I will. I don't know. Future Ryan knows. So yeah, you got that inside reverse fold, and then just slide it down. Slide it down like that. And last one. Might as well show it. Make sure the previous ones you do don't get unfolded, but just slide it down. All right, so that's how you do that. That's a descriptive sentence. No, that's how you do that step. Or that series of steps, rather. I mean, again, just make it look like the diagram, to be completely honest. But actually, actually make sure they're spaced pretty equally. I mean, the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter, but it'll just make it look better. So yeah, make sure they're evenly spaced. But there, that's not bad at all. Not bad at all. we're gonna fold this part. We're gonna take this part and do a really simple crimp or pleat or whatever it is. I don't know. The reference appears to be this point right here and this point. So that's where the valley fold is going to be, and the mountain fold is going to also originate from the same top point but end a little farther. So, and it seems like I already have the valley fold made, which is kind of funny. So let's just, oh, that's a little too far out. It's not a, the overlap is quite small. Alright, there we go. I'm not entirely sure why we did that. I guess, oh, I mean, so that seems to have pulled the entire wing apart. So if you're running out of space for the wing, that step helps, I guess. But there we go. Okay, now we're going to take this flap right here, this paper, and fold it under from this point to the center. The crease is from this point to the center point. So let's fold that. There we go. Crease this well. Okay. Now, this is step 161. We're going to first make a pre-crease. Yeah, let's pre-crease this. Now, inside reverse fold. All right, so yeah, as you can see, the corner that I was talking about earlier is not a problem anymore. All right, and now we're going to add some detail to the wing. We're basically going to swivel fold all of these little things. So what that looks like is basically fold down this part like that. Just to create that line thing you see, and just do that to all of them. So this is a really easy step. This is kind of the reason why the spacing is important between the feathers, because if you don't leave enough space, you won't be able to see these lines, these feather details that you're making. So continue that. Now I'll finish it later. Off camera. I'll show you how to do. Oh, well, hold on. Also fold this corner. Fold this corner behind like this. And honestly, I'm kind of messing up one of these, but it's okay. Just fold the corner behind. So now we're going to do the top, or the outside of the wing, the details for that. Obviously, I can't do it for the first one since I folded it over. But, yeah. So let's do it for this one. Okay, yeah, so same idea, just fold it down like that. But this time we're gonna get some paper showing, and to get rid some of the white of the paper, and to get rid of that, just do this. Just reverse fold the paper, so that does twofold. That gets rid of the white, and it gets rid of the paper that's showing. So it'll look like this, and it looks pretty good. So I'll do a couple more. I'll show you a couple more. Maybe zoom in so you can actually see it. That's too much. I mean, it's not, but okay. So fold it down. You actually kind of want the paper showing because you're just gonna end up fixing it anyway. Like this paper right here, out from under this flap, because then you fix it right here with this fold. I could make it a little bit thicker, but this works. There you go. This is a good one. There we go. And just continue doing that all the way across. But yeah. Oh, and then okay. So once you do this, yeah, okay. So once you do that step, at the back on the other side, you're gonna end up with this little corner, and for each one, just fold that corner behind. And the point of this step is to basically lock it in place. So again, just fold it behind, and one more time. Fold it behind. And honestly, save that step for once you do all of them, because then you can just do it all at the same time. But yeah, so that's the wing decorations. And the final step for the wing is to just... Oh, I gotta zoom out, holy crap. So the final step for the wing is to take this area and just fold it like exactly like the diagram. Just fold it down. And I'll do the shaping. I'm gonna do that after I finish the wing. But yeah, I'm gonna finish both wings off camera. Good luck to you as well.
Oh man, that's nasty. But I'm gonna take the shot.
Alright guys, now on to the fun part, which is not the wings. No, I'm kidding, but the let's work on the head now. So if you look at the diagram, you can tell it's supposed to be folded in half. So let's do that. Ignoring, for the most part, ignoring this top diamond part. Let's fold this in half and work on the beak. So the first step is pretty much to just pull this part down. So just basically, and then refold where necessary. Just a little more. Oh, you know what, actually, we're making new folds. So, we're making a couple new folds, we're making a couple new folds here. So, the bottom of the beak is parallel with the rest of the body. least I'm trying to. There we go. Awesome. All right, cool. Now we're going to fold this top flap. We're just going to fold it up. And there should be, if you did the one sinking step correctly, there should be another flap right here. So let's fold the corner of that one up. So the corner hits the center crease right here. All right. Now this step's kind of weird, but the idea is to pull out this layer. If you can see that, just pull out this layer, and I mean, it looks like it actually, maybe the whole, no, not the whole thing. I don't know. It just wants us to make it a circle, basically. Make it look like an eye. It's just unclear. Actually, it's pretty clear. It wants us to only do one, yeah, as opposed to both at the same time. But to make it an eye is a little bit tough, or a circle rather. But I'm trying. It's, oh god. Honestly, it's not that big of a deal because the next step is to fold this down. And now we fold this corner, if I'm not mistaken, we fold this corner over, or like around the eye we just made. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm doing this step correctly. Oh, I'm definitely not. All right, not around. It's behind. You fold that corner, but you fold the corner like this. So the eye or the circle you made is here, and then the corner is folded there, which then allows you to like sculpt an actual eye. So this is really just what I'm gonna do. It's there. See, like honestly, just doing this is enough. Just making like a little indent thing right there. I mean, if you can, like, do the full-fledged circle eye thing, but I mean that, I don't know. This is mostly, actually not mostly, this is 100% just style at this point. So if you can make it good, like, that's kind of cool. That looks kind of cool. If you can make it good, if you can make it look how you want it to look, then by all means do that. I mean, that is kind of the idea, to make it look how you want it to look. Now I'm just saying nothing, basically. But I like this, so let's move on. Oh, so now just, this part, you're supposed to take this part and fold it under. And it's ripping for me, but actually that's good. So now when we fold it under, the rip goes away. Oh, and you're supposed to do the same thing on the other side with the eye, like, but I'll do that later. And finally, for the head, basically, we're on step 179. Just sculpt the head, fold this bottom flap thing under like this, curve it a little if you can. It's like the perfect shape of an eagle head if I ever saw one. It's probably not, to be honest, but I mean that looks really good. Just like that. Fold it under. Sculpt the beak Ooh, the beak's kind of disappearing. I gotta, yeah, there you go. Sculpt the beak how you want. I like how I did it on my first one, so I basically like... I basically folded it in half, kinda. And then curved it. And curved it like this. So it's more like the bottom. The top is really the beak. The bottom is like the mouth, right? I don't really know the anatomy of an eagle, but anyway, and now same thing with the top. Just like flatten it, kinda, and curve it down. Alright, so that actually looks really good. So there's the beak. And one eye, at least I tried. You can tell, it's where the eye should be. Just do whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. Okay. And, yep, so that's the head. And this turned out really well. I'm not done yet, though. So, but we ended on step 180. I didn't plan on doing this, but I don't know if it was like luck or something, but the other side's eye like opened up really well. I wasn't able to get this side to open up, but this side's eye like opened up perfectly. So now I'm able to like sculpt an actual eye, and I don't know. It looks like an eye. Oops, off camera. Sorry. It looks like an eye, but I don't know if it looks better. Like, I almost like the one that's not even opened more. I don't know. Whatever. Again, whatever works for you. Just add your own personal style to it. I just wanted to show you that, like, I'm pretty sure that's what it's supposed to look like. For the legs, I'm not gonna show you how to make them because it's really, really easy, but I will show you how, like, what they should start off as. So right now you're probably gonna have something like this. This is what I have. Maybe you don't have this, but this is what you should have. So I'm gonna assume you have what you should have. It's gonna look like this. And so step 181 and 182 are really important to like set up the flaps to where you can fold the leg. So 181, you actually want to fold this, if you can see, yeah, this inside flap to the tip of the foot. Now you should be able to, after doing step 182, which is folding these two flaps down, you should be able to take this flap at the top and fold it up. And if you can do that, and obviously fold it up correctly. All right, there we go. If you could do that, you're golden. You're golden. You did everything right. It's in the right format. You got your three toes. 1, 2, 3. You can fold them all independently. You are good to go. At least you should be able to. Yeah. Well, kind of. There we go. Okay. They should be, and see, like, even there, I just had to adjust it a little bit because this toe was like inside of this toe, so I had to fix it. But I did fix it, and you might have to do that too, especially if I did. But you should be able to, after doing 181 and 182, you should have this thing, and then 1, 2, 3 toes moving independently that you can mess with. Okay? So as long as you have this, and I'll do it again over here. So the first step is to fold the inside one to the top, then fold both down, fold both flaps down. You can see that. And then reverse fold this top one. Okay, so look, like, right now, this toe is kind of inside the center one, so all I'm going to do is, I'm just unfolding it, folding this flap down, and then folding it back, and now it's not inside the center one. Now I have 3 toes that are all movable. They are inside one another. So as long as you have this base, the foot's really easy. The legs, rather, are very, very easy to do. But if you don't have this base, then make sure you have it. 181 and 182 will set you up for it. But if you have to do any other maneuvering, then do that. Anyway, the legs should be a piece of cake. I'm not even going to show them. Alright guys, so once you get the feet done, there, see I got them both done. We're going to work on the tail. Really quick note with the feet though, like the last couple steps where you basically thin the legs, I just can't do that. I can't. The paper's too thick. So it's okay though. Again, with these final steps, since we're not doing any steps after, these are just styling. So you can make it look like whatever works for you. Which is what I did. So you can see that's what the legs look like. For me at least. But anyway, let's work on the tail. So it asks us to open up the body like this, and first reverse fold using this crease. Okay. Okay, so now we're taking this. We're taking this, and we're squash folding it. So, this whole thing. Yeah. So it's basically like this. Take one and fold it like this, right? Now, you see here, we're able to squash fold it. So let's do that. This is kind of a tough step, so just do it as neatly as you can. Alright, so once this is squash folded, we're going to take this bottom flap and close sync it. So go. Make sure your folds stay in place best you can. If you do this wrong, it'll become unfolded, so be careful. Anyway, so once you close sync it, it'll look like this, or something like this. Now it wants us to fold this flap down and close sync it as well. Now this is where you need to be careful. So just make sure everything stays folded, basically. Alright, so here we go. That is close synced. So now we can close this entire thing back up. And the back's going to the back's gonna look like this. All right. Cool. So now, now we crimp using using this crease and a crease that doesn't exist yet, it looks like. So that's interesting. But the way you do this is, so, is it going to be high enough? Yeah, it'll be fine. Okay, so first we mount and fold using this crease, like this. Okay, so inside reverse fold basically. And now, to know how high the valley fold goes, just use this crease right here, and so it starts there. There we go. So I know in the diagram it looks taller, but I mean this is what it's asking you to do. So anyway, now it wants us to squash fold this thing. So let's open it up. You can see that, I hope, yeah. It's gonna be kind of tough, but it should be manageable. Should be manageable. Just open it up and squash it. Maybe on a flat surface it would probably be easier. Once that's done, we can pull out this corner. Like that. There we go. And fold the flaps. Yeah, fold the flaps back up. Alright. So after that, we now are going to close sync these two flaps. Okay? So should not be too hard. This is actually really easy. These two close syncs. Alright. There we go. Now it wants us to reverse fold this point along the top crease like that. And now it wants us to, now for all of these flaps, we're going to reverse fold from this point to right here, which is where this flap ends. So I'm gonna pre-crease them first, though. At least I think, like it had. Oh yes, 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 yep. Because there's a we're on 209 right now, and there's a circle on 209 and 210, and that circle corresponds to the reference point. So let me just hold some pre-creases. Alright. Pre-creases are done. Let's fold the real thing. So it's just 6 inside reverse folds. One, two, three, four, 5 and 6. I'd say, I mean, the pre-creases aren't in the instructions, but I'd say it's pretty important to do them. Okay, so once that's done, we're going to reverse fold this flap, which is which seems a little too small, so should be like fucking, I don't know. This flap seems a little small, but I'm gonna just leave it how it is. So, well, I mean, I might as well. No, I can't really do much with this. It's already a pretty good size. So let's see. Yeah, no, it doesn't really even matter. Okay, so now we're on step 214 and we're looking from the top. It wants us to spread them out like this. Spread them out. And it looks like it wants us to like flatten it. I'm not entirely sure how spread out we're going. Like, is this? No, this can't be. Probably something like that. No, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm only gonna have 3 since I didn't do the one step. But okay, when I say 3, I mean like each crease line I'm counting as like a single thing. So in the diagram, there's 4 on each side and 1 in the center. I'm gonna have 3 on each side and 1 in the center, but it's okay. Like it's okay. But this is how it wants us to split it up, or it wants us to separate it, something like this. But okay, so let's keep going. So it wants us to basically curve it, kind of, by folding this back, and then this, so now it's kind of curved, yeah. Well, more curved, I guess. Now, this is the tricky step, which kind of got me. Got me with the first eagle. So, basically, it's the same thing we've been doing, right? So, just readjusting where the center crease is, so there's an offset. So before it was like this, but now we just slide it just a little bit. So it's gonna look like this. Maybe that was too much. But let's start from the center, because I feel like if we start from the center, we'll have a better chance of this working, and work our way outwards. So we have this center thing that is smaller than normal because of the last 2 steps. And it normally would overlap, but what we're gonna do is just move the center crease over so there's an offset. Okay, so you see I got the first one. So now let's do it to this one. Just move it over a little bit. There we go. Now let's do it to this one, which I actually already did. Alright, there we go. So let's do it to this side now. Now again, I have 1 less in the diagram because I didn't do the 1 step, but I wasn't really able to. Not that it matters. Just clarifying. Alright, so there's that one. And then that one. Cool. alright. This is much better than the first time I tried this. Okay, so now that we've got that, see that? Well, let me just fix it really quick. I made this a little too small. You should fold it down, but not as much as I did. And the point that you make should line up with the center point. All right, this looks there. This looks significantly better. So let's refold it. Actually, there's not much refolding. It's already folded. All right, awesome. This is really good. Sorry, I was just securing the creases. So now we do the same thing as the wings, right? So we're gonna fold this down. Oh, and I might as well say now, I kind of did the wings wrong. You see how they're at points? They're not actually supposed to be at a point, but I kind of like it, so I'm gonna just work with it. And I'm gonna do it here too, actually. But anyway, yeah, so just do the same thing you did to the outside of the wings, to the outside of the tail. And this will also lock the tail in, which is awesome. Because, well, at least I hope it does. Because for me, at least, it's been wanting to unfold itself. And for my original eagle, I did not do this step because I did not do the tail correctly. I wasn't able to. But this is turning out much better. Which is good, since this is the video one. Alright, so that's one side. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm sure it'll fix itself. Now let's do this side. And don't forget the step where you turn it over and lock the back, basically. I'll do that after. One more. Gotta be careful not to rip it. That's my bad. All right, awesome. Whew, so now that that's done, I showed that apart on camera because honestly, it's not that, it doesn't take that long. Now we're going to shape this middle tail feather, just fold the corners in a little bit. Now I'm making mine to a point, but again, in the diagrams they don't, so you can style it however you want. And I will. There we go. So, alright. Now we're looking at it from the side. And I think we're gonna get rid of these ugly, like, bottom things. Oh no, maybe we won't. Shit. I guess we don't. Alright, so this step's really weird and I don't fully understand it. So I'm just gonna be frank. Alright guys, I have no idea. I genuinely, I don't know. Like there's this center flap in the middle that prevents me from doing anything. No, I don't know. I don't know. So I'm going to do this. There's this really weird flap right here and right here. So I'm just going to tuck this, not all of it, but just like fold it under like this. Okay. And yeah, see, like this thing, I'm going to fold it under like this. Hopefully neatly, and I don't want to ruin the model the very last step. All right, there we go. So now the tail looks like that. Oop, yeah, like that. And I honestly think this looks pretty good, considering I don't know how to do the actual steps. I'm sorry, like, I don't know. Like, I did this a lot better than the first one. First one, I wasn't even close, but with the tail. But this one, like, I did the tail correctly. I know I did, and I don't, like, I don't know. So, all I did was fold the flaps under, like that. Try to neat it up a little bit. There we go. And this makes it look very good. I think this looks really nice. We're done, by the way. We're completely done. Maybe I should get some like glue or something in here so it stays shut now that I'm done, but here it is, guys. So the eagle. It's beautiful. Let me just zoom out. All right, get a good look at it. This one, here's the first one. You can see the difference. You can see the difference in the wings. Sort of. Once the first one's not pointy how it's supposed to be done, and the second one's pointy. I like it better pointy, to be honest. But you can see the first one's tail is butchered. This one, if I can make it, yeah, this one looks pretty good. I think it looks more pointy, obviously, but I don't know. Again, like, if you can make it look nice, then make it look nice. Make it look how you think it looks nice. I like how this turned out. The head, the beak has some nice shaping to it. The wings, though, the wings, oh my god, they turned out so well. Like the wings on this one make the wings on this one look like shit. I'm just gonna say it. Like, this is perfect. I know I made them pointy. I know I've said that already, but I admit that was not on purpose. I just I was going on autopilot and didn't really realize, but it looks good. It does look good. It looks really good. This turned out really well. I hope you guys were able to finish it. If you like the new format of me not showing every single step, I feel like you're going to like it. But if you like it, tell me. If you don't like that, tell me. Either way, leave a comment. No, but definitely like the video if this helped you. I hope post your eagles. I want to see them. I apologize for this tutorial taking so long for me to get out. I've just been extremely busy. There's just one thing after the other. I mean, that's not the only reason. I kind of procrastinated pretty hard, but the busyness did not help. I'll tell you that. But yeah, guys, the eagle by I don't even want to pronounce his name. Nguyen Hong, I think. Hold on. I'm sorry. Gotta credit the creator. Yeah, Nguyen Hong Kong. that's so butchered. But here it is, guys. Next tutorial is gonna be the ancient dragon. So Look forward to that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. You better have finished it. You better finish the eagle, and you better show me. I can't wait to see him. This was the second tutorial that you guys voted on, so it's obviously highly requested. I hope you guys liked it. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.